Okay, so this is the second attempt doing this video. I tried it over the weekend and it failed miserably, so let's see if we can get better this time. So a few things that I noticed when I was doing this in the last playthrough, and I think this is just more of a game issue than a my issue. I'm getting some weirdness with some of the orders that I noticed, and it caused some pretty significant delays that I was seeing. I can hear getting a lot of problems with like some of the orders being passed through, and others you can see here they're just being set on a defend, which is causing things to move forward and everything else to kind of stay behind. Down here there was a lot of stoppage with these orders. Over here this kind of just stopped entirely for some reason. Same with this, although this part I get, like they want to move together but they can't because there's some issues. So like see, like some of them are defending and some of them are moving. It just I don't know what it is. I've been noticing this with the game. I'd say it's the only knock that I have against it. So we're gonna try to basically it's gonna slow us down and it sucks, but it is what it is. We're gonna try to remove these things, basically all of them, to see if we can't get it to fix itself. Like even this one too was just sitting here just locked. So I found that I'm having to delete these things. So we're just going to try it right from the beginning and see what happens. These guys are on a defend order. We're just going to spend the time to delete everything. I'm a little grumble about it, but so it goes. Let's go ahead and just delete everything here across the board, and we're going to let it run to flow through and see if we can get it to fix. So let's delete, and then even try to grab these ones. Delete, 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 delete. And let's see what happens. Okay, it looks like that one deleted. Let's check the other ones. See, this one is still going. Down here, I don't even know what this guy's a part of. See, he's showing that he has units down over here now. Really weird. See, he's like connected up with these guys. I don't understand why that is. This scenario has just gotten really, really oddball on me, and I don't quite fully understand why. Okay, so let's just go ahead and try removing some of these things and see what we can do. Okay, so we have these guys in here, and they're still on this kind of odd defend order. So we're going to try to remove those things. Okay, now it's finally gone through. So we're going to tell these guys here, I want them, there's a couple infantry sections that are here, and then there's this one as well. We're going to tell them all to kind of converge and move in here and do attack. And hopefully that will fix some of this stuff. So let's go ahead and take these guys and reattach them. Good, they're all back in together. And we're going to tell these ones that we need to, instead of telling them to attack in here, I'm going to tell them just to move into here. We're just going to try to surround these forces. And we're going to say just collapse down on them hard and fast with the shortest one, and just go to town on them. I really want to wipe this stuff out so we can start pushing up ahead, and we still have some of these forces up in here that we have to deal with, which is really starting to annoy me. So we're going to say directory support only and do that. These guys over here, we're going to tell them to move up into this area. See, these didn't delete either. There we go. Same thing here, we're going to tell them to move up into... So I don't think we're going to tell these guys to move. We're going to tell these guys to just attack because they're all co-located. Let's look. See, we have some forces up there, some over here. They're all in the same general area, which is, yeah, and there's some back over here. That's fine. So what we're going to tell these guys to do is we're going to tell them to start in a line here where they're all together, and then we're going to have them push straight through. I'm going to tell them just to straight push through, push straight through to Mook and hold this line up in here. So we're going to grab this guy, tell him to attack. We're going to form up in here. And then we're going to push through to Mook. And let's actually move it like this. So they'll come and shake out in Mook. And that's fine. And then here, we're going to tell them that we want them to be in more of a line formation. So let's grab this, and actually I don't think I'm going to do a line formation. I think I'm going to go just like this, and then we're going to see how it shakes out. But we're going to tell them to get in there. Really, I want to do covered, but I don't know if they're going to flow through this way. We're going to see if they do, and we're going to tell them to use covered. And we're not going to tell them to use max aggression, but we are going to tell them to use max rate of fire. And we're going to make sure they have ammo, because they're going to be pushing right through this line, so they should be able to have good support, and that's fine. Direct ready support, yes. This is a pretty significant attack here. And then minimum rest, good. This group over here, we have an AT squad, and we're going to try pushing through with this. There's a couple guys over here, which are annoying, and I am concerned about forces coming through this area. We can see that there's a gap here. What I may have to do is just push through anyway and ignore it, and then when we start getting reinforcements, tell them to kind of push this blind back through in the morning. I think I'm okay with that, because we really need to start advancing. So I'm going to tell these guys that they're going to move. I'm just going to tell them to move right into here, and we're going to tell them to be mean. I really want them to get in there. Yeah, that's fine. We have this unit back here. That's all. See, those didn't delete either. We have this unit here, which I think are being confused because this is happening. So what we're going to have them do is I'm going to have them sweep through this area a little bit. And we have a couple of forces that are in here. I think we have 5 and 6 that are together. Yep, see, there they are. So we're going to have these guys stay here, and then these two are actually going to push through. So we're going to tell this guy independently to come down here, and we're going to tell 6 to attack through to here. And we're going to have him hold because he got beat up a bit by this AT gun. So we're going to give him some support in form of these flak guns. And then these guys, what we're going to have them do is I really would prefer it if they stopped doing that move outer. Good. And what we're going to say is I want you to move into Poppenberg, and then they'll support from this area. And I want them to do it. I don't really care so much about fast, but I do want them to take a covered approach. No, I'm going to take a safest approach. I really want them to get away from these forces. So we're going to tell them to do that. And then we're going to say minimum aggro. No, we're just going to say bypass. So I just want them to bypass this. Good. And then up here, this has just been a real mess with this only unit coming through here, which I really don't get. So I think I'm just going to push this entire group in Wolfsburg. So we're going to have them, see, still here. So let's remove that. Oh, they don't want to do that? Okay. So let's tell them to move back into here. See, this move order is, I know it's going to cause problems, but we're going to try it anyway. So we're going to say safest, minimum aggression, and we're not going to have them bypass. We're just going to have them just try to get there. And then everybody else, we're going to push them right into Wolfsburg. So we're going to say an attack from here right into Wolfsburg. And I want them to hold the town. And they can do it however they want to do it. Let's get this thing going. Let's see how this all works out. Lost Poppenberg, that's fine. They're pushing through. They're falling back pretty significantly. What is this? That is a very mechanized infantry with a 5 strength. Oh my, look at that. That is a big. That's a group of cars. Oof, look at this force that's coming in here. That's a real problem. Wow, an armor. Yeah, this is their. Ooh. I don't know if we have anything that can deal with this, and they just straight cut off our lines. So we're gonna deal with this part of it, and then these guys in here. I'm not sure if there's anything that we have that can deal with that. So these guys are gonna get hammered, and there's not a whole lot that's there. We have our flak battery, so if they come into here, they can do some things. But I'm not going to move them up while this car group is moving. There's nothing we can do about this. They just have to. They already have their move order to kind of stay safe, and there's nothing else that we can tell them that's going to help matters. Yep, here's all this armor. There's some more mortar groups down here. Yeah, this is. We may end up having a bunker in this area, and now the artillery is coming through as well. I don't know. We may have just gone too slow. See, they got basically destroyed at this point. And this group is a light flak battery. We're going to keep them here. They're taking fire, but at this point they're pretty well bunkered in. They don't have any things over here to really help out that much. But I don't want to move them any further. I could push them all the way back to here, but you can see that we already have some infantry. So, and then here's even more. What do we got? Armored cars. Yeah, this, by the way, the flip of this is almost exactly what I did to a lesser extent. when I was playing on the Allies side. I forgot that I had this armor car company that was coming through here, so I suppose that balances things. But yeah, this is actually what I pushed through to take the advantage initially, and it was really easy for me to move in. So this group's getting hammered, and there's not too much I can do about that. Like I could fall back, but to be honest, I don't want to. So we lost our guns. These are already falling back, just because they're getting hammered by this. Okay, so it's almost 8 o'clock now. So there's almost no chance that we're going to be taking Mook. We could try to push through here at nighttime, and I think we'll probably do that. So we're just going to tell them no rest, because I want them to advance all the way through. This should limit some of the effectiveness of these cars over here, but with this pushed up to here, this pretty much kills anything we have over on this side. These guys, wow, look how much they brought in. And a full armor team. Yep, with the tanks. So this is dead. This isn't going to go anywhere. So they've gotten all their armored forces. I thought they came through on day 2, but it's obvious that they did not. So this is why we needed to be that far up before then. We're going to set this to just minimize your losses. So they're just going to be a holding force over here to make them commit all these units. We have a couple of units that will come through on day 2, but I think it's going to be too late. And these guys are just getting hammered. Again, there's not a whole lot, and pushing into this is going to be a little silly. So let's tell them just to cancel this, because trying to move all through here is not a great idea. We may just have them bunker up in these woods, and then see where they end up moving their armor teams. If we can push through and take Mook and then hold from within the town, that'd be good. So let's just delete all these things, and then we're going to try to tell them to regroup with everybody. Okay, let's see. So that was the leader of the team from back over here. This is a flak group that's under the command of this team. So what we're going to tell them to do is we're going to have them actually fall back into here and just defend. Right in here, we'll say. Okay, and then we have these guys whose HQ has been destroyed, I think. Because now they're under the HQ of the main group. So that HQ team that was in here got wiped. So now these guys are just going to be solo. I could connect them under somebody else, like this guy, and actually I think I'm going to do that. So there's this team here with the flak, and we're going to put these guys under his command. It's better than them just operating independently. So let's have him. We're actually going to delete this order, and then we're going to tell them all to defend. Let's see. I'd like them to pull back to Poppenberg, because I don't think we're going to be getting Mook anytime soon. We'll have them pull back into here to hold this position, and then we'll see where it goes. Okay. We are going to tell them to not rest on this one. I want them to actually get there. If they do rest is important when you get to nighttime. They'll rest when they get there, but in the meantime, what's going to happen is if it gets to nighttime and they have rest as an option, then what will happen is they'll just stop, like halfway through. Okay, these guys are continuing to move in and attack. I do want to clear this section out before we push in, and while it's been challenging, what I think we may try to do in the morning, what we may try to do overnight, is have these guys push up through to here, and I may even have these guys do an attack through nighttime, because they could hit these guys while they have limited visibility, and then our force of weight can smash into them and then take them up piecemeal. Hopefully these guys start coming through pretty soon here. These guys will continue the attack. Let's actually make sure they're doing that with no rest. Good. Because I want them to take this area. We know they're all in this area, so I want them to really fight through and clear this thing out. And then overnight, we'll have them move up maybe into the woods here, just right next to Loosberg. And then we'll do a combined push in the morning that'll just come right through and take Mook in force. And then we'll see how that works when the rubber meets the road. This is just a delaying force, because I want them to dump more things in here, and they've put considerable amount of forces up into this area. So that's helpful. This is our heavy flak battery. What I may do is actually shift them down through and have them supported into here. That'd be helpful. Let's actually have them do that. Let's pause it for just a second. So we're going to tell them to come down to here. And I want them to come through this way and set up down here somewhere. They will have to pass through this unless I have them come in this area. But at nighttime, I think that's okay. So I think if we take them around this route like this, they'll be safe. So we're going to do kind of a series of orders like this. You don't normally have to do this, but I just kind of want to make sure they're going to be safe. And I think what I'm going to do is have them come through. I don't want to take them through the woods because that could be problematic with how many units are here. Part of me wants to come this way and then just let them deal with this, which I actually think I'm going to do. I'm dithering here, but this is going to be a make or break moment, I think. No, they can't come around this way unless I took them all the way down through here, which they could do. Let's have them do that. So let's get rid of these. I have to move it to there. And have them come through. And then we'll have them do is it's going to take them a while to come through here, and I think by then we'll have already taken this. But we'll have them set up here, and then they can fire down the road here at these. We'll see how this works. This could be a terrible idea, but we're going to tell them to go fast, the shortest, because I want them to follow that path. And no, we'll tell them to do safest, not shortest. And then we're going to have them bypass, because I want them to get there. No rest. Go. We'll keep an eye on that. So now we're in a full-on nighttime. What I forgot to do is turn off the all, so now we're just looking at current. We know they definitely have guys through here, and we have some posted front men, and that's fine. These guys are all fighting. They're all kind of... Nobody's fighting here right now. Well, there's a couple shots that are coming in. They're kind of doing some pushes, but this shouldn't be too bad for us. And we're defending an area. They're on the move, so we're going to see how they're going. Yeah, it looks like they're just pushing through as we expect. This last one we have to change to pull back here a little, but we'll see. These guys planning on going anytime soon? This is what I'm talking about. This is what I'm talking about. So if we view this should be a task data. Echelon, no rest. So maybe they're preparing. They're on no rest, which means they shouldn't be just holding up. They should be going. Okay, so folks are moving. I really hope this doesn't do what it did last time, where everybody just kind of sits here. Nope, no, they're going now. This is good. So the attack is coming in. What I'm going to do for this last one is I may have them set up like down here on the road. Let's pause this for a second so we can get a good sense of where we want this fire to come in. Let's check the line of sight. This is going to be at nighttime. This is the nice thing about having this, is that we can see what our line of sight is at night, which is terrible. So there's not a whole lot I can do about that. Like maybe we could set them up on the hill. It's like the tiniest little bit of a hill, but better than nothing, I suppose. And we could set them up over here, and then they'll have some sight line to mook, and they can fire. It'd be nice if we could set them up in this tree line, but that's not going to happen. So let me get rid of that. Cancel. I'll get their order, which was over here, and let's instead move it to be here. And we're going to tell them that in addition to that move, I really want them to be facing towards mook. So I want them to face down this way. I don't really care so much if they help here. I really want to make sure we have that road covered. Maybe even get them a little more. That should be fine. And I want them to really go to town. That looks good. They have a bypass that they'll set up, and then they'll get going. Let's dismiss that. Let them keep going. They may come under fire. We'll have to watch this. I'm really hoping this pushes through a little more. We'll see. And they've stopped. I told them to bypass, and they decided against it. They have a group here. It looks like we've wiped through this area, so I definitely want to clear this, though. So we're going to tell them to move through to here, like right now. And we're going to tell them that attacks are okay. And just get in there, please. I want you to wipe that. And everybody else, now that we finish this move, I want them all to come into here. So let's see who's a part of this. We have here, here, and this group. Who is this team connected to? They're connected up there for some odd reason. So what we're going to do is we're actually going to grab, these are them, that's fine. So we're going to grab this unit. We know they have these two. We're also going to connect in here, and we're going to tell them to do a move order up to here. I want them to shake out into this area. And then once they're, let's grab this and make sure. If we don't tell them no rest, then they'll just sit there and do nothing. This team is already moving down through here, so that should be helpful. They're opening fire. I really want them to come up and just bypass this. Let me even see. I'm pretty sure I set this to bypass. I did. Oh, because we set it to maximum aggression, I bet that's why they're firing on it. We'll see. Okay. So they're doing this thing they did last time, which was they're only sending one group in to attack for some odd reason. I'm not sure why. I'm not sure why this is the only team that's coming through. Finally, these guys are up and running, but we can't have them move to here because there's a unit here we didn't see from before. Unless we want to get just really ballsy about it. Well, let's see. They can fall back if they need to. And they have artillery too. Let's see if there's another spot that's nearby. That would be a little further away, not a lot further away. Like I want them to be able to. Yeah, see, this is a little bit of a higher ridge. So let's actually just have them park. Oh, that's way better. Let's have them park right up there. So we're going to grab this move order, this defend order, and we're going to instead put it right here. I like that a little better. So they'll think about that for a second, and then they'll come in. See, good. Or they'll ignore that, and then they'll start coming over this way. Nope, they're good. Yep, they're doing what I asked them to. And these guys are starting to move through, that's good. They're attacking, that's fine. Already into 1 in the morning. They're hanging out, that's okay. We took Poppenberg, because they all settled back up in here. Now we have this entire team, which is fine. And then, so we're going to have them push through, and then in the morning, here we are. Once they shake up in this area, what we may have them do is just do a nighttime push attack into here, and then hold these woods, and then maybe in the morning we'll have everybody go. When do we get our reinforcements? Let's take a look. It's all at 4 to 6 in the morning, and we do get quite a few, but we don't have anything that's anti-armor. This is the problem. So the only anti-armor that we have is this group here. So this is going to be crucial in pushing this attack. And I hope that we don't get too much. Like I'm hoping that they sent some more of this armor up here, and maybe they try to come in and take Poppenberg with this holding force. What we may want to do is actually tell them defend Poppenberg here. And I really want them to hold it. So what we're going to do is we're going to say maximize your losses, and we're going to keep this normal, but we're going to make sure they have lots of ammo, because I have a feeling they're going to take quite a bit, and we know it's going to be from this area. Yep, that's fine. Dismiss that. And we're actually going to tell them to not rest, and this is important because I want them to shake out into this area, so no rest. This attack is still doing one of these little halvesies thing. Like they're not moving up to provide any kind of fire support. This may just be an issue with the commander. This is something that I haven't showed before. God, look, they're sending them all the way up with no fire support at all. And see, we're getting these defenders back here, which is very strange. If we take a look at this, so we have this commander here that's in charge of all this. If we go to force data, and we go to, and you can see how much fatigue this team is running into. We may just have them stop up in here for tonight. If we go to commander, you can see that they'll all have different stats. You can see that right now this guy he's not amazing, so he only has a capacity of 4, and you can see how much stuff we're loading him under. So this is already not ideal. You can see that he has a load of 5 compared to what he should be able to handle 4, and these are all his stats. He's only a Oberstlieutenant or Lieutenant, and his stats are not great. They're actually pretty bad, and his efficiency is terrible. So it's very possible that he's he's just screwing this up. So what we're going to do is we're actually going to stop this attack order, because I don't think this is going to work tonight. So we're going to let that flow through. It'll take him a minute to get the order that, hey, maybe you don't want to be doing this. And now the guys are starting to come through. Yes, it's perfect. He's tacking into a full brigade of armor. So let's instead have these guys just move up to here. And maybe what we'll do is we'll tell them to defend that area right in here. Let's get rid of this. And then maybe in the morning, what we can have them do is get ready to push through with our... See, now everything is coming up. See, as soon as I get rid of the order, everything starts moving in tandem. There's a couple little things about this game that really frustrate me, that I know are not me. And now everything is stopping. So there was something in here that's causing this kind of weird blockage, and now it's confusing everybody, which is super, super odd. That's again the only thing that I don't like. These guys have all been pushed back out of the woods now, which is really bad. And I gave these guys defend orders in here, and it looks like their orders are gone now. So that's good. Cool. Okay. So we're coming up to 4 in the morning when we're going to start to get our reinforcements, and then try to figure out some way of moving them through and see if we can at least take a push on Mook. But I don't know if that's actually doable at this point. My intuition tells me no way is this going to happen. And now we're starting to get our reinforcements coming through. And if you take a look, our reinforcements are more paratroopers. And they're good, but that's not what we need to be able to push through armor. So I feel like the initial pushes that we had were too slow. Like I had that feeling that they were going too slow. And then when we got into the middle of the day, we started running into a lot of issues with orders not passing and stopping, and then this kind of stuff happening. So a bit frustrating, but kind of one of those things you have to deal with. So we'll see how it goes in the morning, but I think this is a good natural stopping point. And then as we get our reinforcements, we'll start putting some orders in place to time with sunrise as it comes through. I think around 6. Yep, 6 o'clock. So we'll do some delayed orders and see if we can put some assaults through as a timed wave attack to push on Mook. I don't think there's any way that we're going to get to Molenhoek at this point, but we can try to overwhelm their armor and see if we can drive them back. Anyways, stay tuned.